Okay, chat. We can either watch. You decide. We have two absolute bangers. Somebody said Stephen Hawking. Bro, stop. Okay. We can either watch the iceberg. Let me see. Okay, I'll never do that again. We can either watch the iceberg. Or chat, CSGO iceberg. Or the second part of the Valve thingy that we watched yesterday. The gambling thingy. Part two, iceberg. Oh, it's like a fitty. Iceberg is only 11 minutes. Do I need to watch episode 1?
Pixel, thanks for subbing.
Is it consecutive or not?
Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Whether you play the game or not,
Does it continue at 4 and 5 or what?
CSGO is admittedly an old game. An old game.
Does.
Thanks for subbing.
Watch both. Sure, we'll give it a try, okay? If it's... Oh my... Valorant? 9. CSGO versus Valorant. Who won?
CSGO. But hey, maybe you'll like it. But moral of the story, enjoy what you enjoy.
No, enjoy
Valorant,
CSGO and fuck Valorant, bro. I don't know if I want to watch either of these icebergs, to be honest. Second part is way better. Yeah, but I feel like I'm missing if I don't watch... I mean, 17,000 views versus 10,000. Like, apparently you don't need to watch the first one. Fuck it.
CSGO is admittedly an old game with an abundance of history. And let me tell you, no matter how long you played this game, there are plenty of things that you don't know about it. Thankfully, I do have a giant iceberg here thanks to Reddit user Your Generic Name that just lists off a bunch of events or secrets that you may have forgotten about or never even heard about. Well, today I'm going to be going over the bottom half of this iceberg since I already did make a video on the top. So today we will be getting into the obscure entries.
That's it. Keychains, sugarcane.
Dust 3 refers to a third version of the very popular map Dust 2. Just kidding. It was actually meant to be another version of the original Dust map. I know it may seem confusing, but the sequel to the original Dust map was actually called Dust 3 for some reason. Dust 3 was no different from Dust 2. So there wasn't even really a third Dust map. There are quite a bit though on the Steam Workshop. Blacksite ARG started out as a quite peculiar broadcast on the Danger Zone map, Blacksite.
Papa, Golf, Papa, Whiskey.
Huh?
5, 0.
The words in this broadcast could then be converted into the phonetic alphabet, reading out PGPW 50 and SMS 57. The PGP part was assumed to be an encryption program for data communications using the same name. Using the PGP wordless database, you can gather hex codes using the rest of the words said in the broadcast. You can then use an SMS decoder, which was hinted at earlier in the broadcast. Using GSM 7-bit, you can convert the hex codes into actual phrases, which would later be deciphered into the broadcast to read,
"This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success."
So pretty much the whole ARG just ended up being a Portal Easter egg.
Monte Gold. Clip. Twitcher. Jesus. Vamos. Let's go.
Although very cool and creative, it did not lead anywhere else, I'm pretty sure. FY Pool Day is a community-made map that was originally made for the original Counter-Strike. It was then remade for Operation Payback.
I love that map. That map is fucking amazing. I remember playing it. Was it Wingman or 5v5? I can't remember.
Back in CSGO, but it was ultimately cut from the game. Office changes based on pro players' feedback isn't what you think it is. Valve actually decided to do a little trolling back in the day by changing Office up a bit.
We do a little trolling. It's called we do a little trolling.
In the changelogs, they put in parentheses, changes based on pro players' feedback, and just ended up adding some useless stuff like more snow by the dumpster, beverage machines being restocked, the office becoming a non-smoking environment, and tidying up the kitchen break room. The closed beta version of CSGO actually had some different knives. The flip knife was
what
the
the
default knife.
fuck? That's the first time I see it ever. It's already worth that we watch this video just for this. I've never seen that before. What is that?
Beta version of CSGO actually had some different knives. The flip knife was the default knife for T side, and the bayonet was the default for CT side. I'm actually kind of glad they changed this because a flip knife and bayonet would have been way too cool for a default. You got to deal with the shitty.
I did remember. I did know that bayonet and flip knife used to be default, but I've never seen any footage. Never ever seen any footage.
Default knife now to appreciate the other knives, you know? Mirage 2. The original creator of Mirage actually started to work on Mirage 2 for CSGO. He initially started working on it in CS 1.6 because he knew the mapping there a bit better, but it eventually was added to CSGO. But the theme...
Bro, there's quite a lot of downvotes, bro. Already the Mirage haters coming in. Actually, it's not that bad. But for YouTube still, it's usually like 10% downvotes. Sorry, 1% downvotes. That's like 5%, no?
Better, but it eventually was added to CSGO, but the theme and name were changed. You might not have known, but DE_Thrill is technically Mirage 2. Sadly, it was only added for Operation Hydra, so it's not technically in the game anymore, but you can download it from the workshop if you want. Keychains. This entry is referring to the Valorant-esque Buddy Charm Rainbow Six thingamabob that goes on the side of your weapons. People have been speculating about the possibility of keychains being added to Counter-Strike. There had been keychain models leaked in the files, but those were like 5 years ago, and I'm gonna be honest, I would really love to see these, but given how much time it has been, I'm not sure if it will be added. DE_sugar.
Chat says L. Chat doesn't. Valorant has it. I think Rainbow Six, correct me if I'm wrong, has it as well. Like Gun Buddies or some shit. I don't know if it would be good for CS, bro. Apex has it as well? Okay, I didn't know that. I don't know. I mean, hey, it could imagine like some rare special keychain. I don't know. And you can put keychains on any gun, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like a sticker-ish, maybe. I don't know. Could be interesting, maybe.
Arcane is a demolition map that's currently in CSGO.
Chat, you all say L. I remember when Agents came out, everybody said L as well. When Gloves came out, everybody said L. So this is like this is just classic, bro. Everybody's saying L, dude. But because it's something new.
I'm not too sure why
Gloves are still L. You're crazy.
It's this far down, but it could be the fact that it's pretty much same map or the same area from Hard Rain in Left 4 Dead 2. Source code leaked. A couple years back, older builds of Team Fortress 2 and CSGO were leaked. The source code being leaked pretty much means that if you're experienced enough, you have the whole game at your fingertips. This presumably helped many people create cheats or find exploits in the game, so so much more information about the game that wasn't previously available was now available with the source code. Nothing much really came from the leak, but I'm sure some exploits were found. Ancient is Aztec. This refers to the newish map in the game called Ancient. It's pretty much a remake of the old map called Aztec, which was considered so imbalanced they had to take it.
Oh my god, chat. This is for me like the map that I spent the most time on, together with of course Vertigo and Cobblestone. Those were my 3 main maps always. Aztec, then Aztec got out, Cobblestone got in. I think that was how it went. Or Cobblestone was already in, I just didn't play it. Because I always one trigger map, always. It was Aztec got removed, then I played Cobble, then Aztec got removed, and then then Cobble got removed, Vertigo came in on that same update. Main Vertigo, bro. Fuck me, man. Fuck me, I love this map so much.
Get out of competitive pools and eventually took it out of the game altogether. Obviously it's not one for one, but you can tell they definitely took inspiration. Console ports. Oh boy, do I remember the PS3 version of CSGO. I remember my 11-year-old self on the day CSGO was released. I boot up our old crusty HP laptop and try to run it, and it just black screens. I guess the graphics card or integrated graphics on the thing couldn't even start the game. So the first year or so of playing CSGO, it was on the PlayStation 3. The console ports of the game now are just stuck in a super old version of CSGO, and it's really a trip to play. I guess they stopped updating the game on console ages ago, which makes sense because no one ever really played it on console. Hostages can run. As most of you know, the hostages in CSGO have to be picked up and carried to the rescue zone. But in the beta version of CSGO, they worked a lot more like the hostages from the other games. All you had to do was click E on them and they would follow you.
Oh, hell nah. Oh, skins.
M4A1S case harden was teased a long time ago. It was accidentally sent in a promotional email for CSGO along with some other skins that were eventually added to the game. As you can see, it's just chilling right here. Obviously, it was never added to the game, but it was never actually going to be added in the first place. I assume this was accidentally added into the screenshot. I'm not exactly sure how, but maybe it'll be.
It's part of the, there's a guide on Steam how to use the workshop, and this one is there, and then that's where this picture comes from, and it somehow made it into this email.
Added someday. CSGO maps in Left 4 Dead. As I mentioned in an earlier entry, there are many maps in CSGO that resemble areas in Left 4 Dead. Sugarcane, like I showed before, is a pretty obvious one. Lake is also based on Death Toll in Left 4 Dead. Bank is also based on an area in Left 4 Dead. Same as St. Mark.
Oh, that's a good map.
And there's a theory that's been floating around for years that these games are somehow connected. People think that the T-side in CSGO is somehow trying to spread the zombie virus that has now infected the world of Left 4 Dead. Now, I don't believe this, but to each their own. Gabe Newell on
Bro, it just shows again like Valve, like, you know, this is Valve, bro. Just like reusing already like map designs. Bro, they min-max so fucking hardcore in everything that they do. It's so insane.
The radio on the map CS office. The man on the radio is actually Gabe himself acting as a newsman. If you know about this, you can't really unhear it.
Taking place in an office in the downtown area.
I never knew that.
A group of armed men took control control of the office at gunpoint earlier today.
Lol.
DE_Nuke watermarks. So apparently these little pictures on the map Nuke are just straight up stock images. Valve didn't even bother to take the watermarks off or to buy the image. Pretty funny considering how much money they have. Map remakes teased
Wait,
early.
what?
Just refer watermarks. So apparently these little pictures on the map Nuke are just straight up stock images. Valve didn't even bother to take the watermarks off or to buy the image. Pretty funny
Cool.
considering how much money they have. Map remakes teased early just refers to the remakes of Nuke and Train being teased early. It almost seems as if it was on purpose because an official CSGO account on Steam created two guides for CSGO. On one of them there was a picture of new Nuke and on another was a picture of new Train. Quite clever. Valve didn't make CSGO. Now this one could be a bit of a
Oscar, are you here, bro? The thing that you sent me, am I allowed to leak that? Or is it, or should it not? Because chat, there's some interesting stuff that Oscar somehow found. I have no idea how. Oscar in the chat, bro?
and on another was a picture of new Train. Quite clever. Valve didn't make CSGO. Now this one could be a bit of a stretch, but I'm gonna go with the safest explanation. I'm pretty sure this entry is talking about the fact that the company Hidden Path Entertainment were actually the first ones who originally developed CSGO. Of course, Valve eventually took over, but initially Hidden Path had been working on the game for 2 years before them. So I think we should all thank Hidden Path as much as we have been thanking Valve.
Ooh.
Flash boosting is a mechanic I had never seen or heard about. To be fair, this was ages ago. It consists of someone throwing a flash straight up while you jumped on them at the same time. You could
So
actually
sick.
ride on the flash for a bit, which would allow for some insane boosts. Imagine if this was still in the game. Beta
So
DE
sick.
underscore
I saw a video from Dima Wallhacks where he plays on like a very, very old server. Or not an old server, but the server has still all the old like game stuff, like fucking all the old patches and stuff. And you can still, Legacy Strike, yeah, and you can still flash boost in there. It's crazy. It looks, it's you can do such crazy shit.
for Cache. I couldn't find anything on the old beta version of Cache other than an old update video by FM Pone. You can see it on the before side, and as you can see, the map was quite different. The only other version I could find of this was a seemingly outdated version of the map on Counter-Strike Source. I'm not quite sure if this is actually like an official one, but it looks pretty similar to the one they showed in the video. Dungeon mode. Now I really thought this one was referring to the old co-op type maps that used to be really popular on the workshop. But it
Oh,
actually
we
turns
played
out
this
Valve-
one! W. Oh my god, who remembers that? We played into the night, and then it was actually like so late. My neighbors got angry and everything. Bro, that was nice.
actually tried to make their own dungeon mode. It's even in the game files. If you go to this directory, you can find a dungeon folder that refers to a bunch of floors and stuff on the game. Now, nothing ever did come out of this, and it's been almost a year,
We
so
played this.
sadly, I don't know if it'll be a thing. Also, big shout out to the actual iceberg maker here. He's helped me a lot through DMs on Discord, and I just want to shout him out on YouTube if you guys want to go check him out. Georgian Riot Police are a cut faction of the CT side on CSGO. They are very heavily inspired by the actual Riot Police in Georgia, and to me, they remind me a lot of the Metro Police from Half-Life. Now, obviously, a lot of these Soviet-era gas masks actually inspired the look for the Combine and Metro Police in Half-Life. Either way, they look super badass to me, and I really think they should add these as an agent for a later operation.
Hell no. They look cursed. You called me? Oscar, can I leak the thing that you showed me? The fucking thing you found in code?
Beta training mode. The very first iteration of the CSGO training course was designed by Hidden Path Entertainment. Although it was designed by them, the story and dialogue was actually written by the creator
Leak what, bro? Check our DMs. The last thing you sent me, what are you talking about? The screenshot.
or writer Chet Falasek. Chet is actually the writer of Half-Life, Portal, and Left 4 Dead. So although it was made by Hidden Path Entertainment, they did have some help from Valve. At one point, Chet was actually supposed to have dialogue in the training mode. The voice line still exists in the 2011 version of CSGO and the actual training course altogether. DE_Cache remake leaked. The leaked version of Cache was quite different than the remake we actually got. I don't even know how to describe it, but A-Site is unlike the actual one in the remake. I'm pretty sure that only the A-Site version of the map was actually leaked, and I don't even know how it was leaked to begin with. You're not supposed to be here. This entry refers to a very secret message on an old co-op map for Broken Fang. Thanks to the creator of this iceberg for linking the actual video because I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet. It's pretty much just an Easter egg once you find your way out of bounds. The iceberg creator, I'm pretty sure, was
Give me an operation, man. Give me an operation, man. I remember this fucking mission right here, this fucking map, bro. I got stuck on a fucking stone. These maps were so fucking buggy, bro. I just got stuck, like, I just float glitched on a fucking stone and I had to restart the map.
an old co-op map for Broken Fang. Thanks to the creator of this iceberg for linking the actual video because I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet. It's pretty much just an Easter egg once you find your way out of bounds. The iceberg creator, I'm pretty sure, was actually the founder of this Easter egg and probably the only one as well. Blue sky is better than cyan sky. This is a secret message you can find out of bounds on Dust. I don't even know how anybody found this, and the iceberg creator told me that this could be a reference to the beta version of the Dust 2 rework. Turns out that before
What the fuck?
Or the sky was a bit bluer and they changed it to a more cyan color. So I guess one of the devs did not like the change. Also, if you made it this far, please consider subscribing to my channel because it helps me out a whole lot. I won't keep you any longer, back to the video. Shattered Web teased early. An old screenshot from an update before Shattered Web actually had a hidden secret inside of it. On the friends list of the player, you can see a profile picture for the agent, the Dr. Romanov. This was of course before the agent was ever added in the Shattered Web update. Jess Cliff arrested. Jess Cliff, the designer who co-created the original Counter-Strike and many more contributions to the game, was arrested. Many would say that he is the voice of Counter-Strike. Let me know if you happen to recognize his voice by chance. Counter-terrorists win. Anyways.
That's the first time I heard that. Is that in the game?
Back to the arresting of him. He was arrested for coercional exploitation of yeah. Allegedly, he met her on a dating site and paid for a date, which then became a little personal. She said he recorded her, but he denied all that and passed a polygraph test. He said that she said she was 23 and that you had to be 18 plus to use the site to begin with.
Listen, we know you're here to see an 11-year-old girl.
She said she was 12.
She was 16 at the time of all this happening, and Jeff was around 36. He entered into an Alfred plea deal to reduce his charge to second-degree assault. He spent 57 days in jail and was suspended by Valve. He summarized this entire situation as very unfortunate. This was just a test, nothing more, promise. On June 20th, 2022, Valve released a patch note saying, "This is a test, nothing more, promise." People of course thought that this was an update preparing the game for Source 2, and just like before, nothing has happened thus far. Surf_beginner. Apparently an official CSGO server was running the map Surf_beginner, so at least we know that the CSGO devs are a fan of surfing. C4B.
And that, the speculations after that were, we made a whole clip on that as well, that Valve will make official Surf servers. Give Surf a lot more fucking eyes on it. And that's still possible, maybe. Maybe it was just a mistake. They launched that map on an official server. Maybe in the upcoming update, hey, fucking official Surf servers. That would be absolutely bussin'. I would love that.
Beep
I love
piracy.
surfing.
So apparently within the metadata of the C4 beep sound, there is a hidden string with the name Deep Zone.
And imagine then like a world leaderboard, like the official leaderboard. You know what I mean? Like you have to like complete the map on an official Valve server, like Valve Surf server, and then you rank in the leaderboard. Oh my god, bro! Wow.
This is way before my time, but Deep Zone used to be a very notorious cracker and pirater. Deep Zone cracked a version of SoundForge way back in the day and uploaded it for all to use, illegally of course. SoundForge is an audio editing program that most game devs used to edit their audio back in the day. In the cracked version of SoundForge, Deep Zone hid his name in there. Funnily enough, you can even find his name in some Windows XP file names. And of course, since his name is in the C4 sound, that means Valve must have used the cracked version of SoundForge to get the sound. And that is sadly the end of this iceberg. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it and leave me a like if you did. And if you didn't like it, just let me know in the comments and hopefully I'll try to do better next time. And I want to give a big shout out to the Iceberg creator again. He definitely knows his stuff and this video wouldn't have been possible without him. So make sure to go check out his YouTube channel if you want.
That's a really good video. Huh? Aware, you need to fix your Twitter link, Gango. That was a really good video, bro. Really good. I leave him some love right there, man. Right fucking there. Boom. Zack, zack. Check Oscar my shit. I can show it.
Hear anything about opening cases in Netherlands?